So I've been a Christian my whole life. My mum led me for a prayer to give my life to God at the ripe age of 6 years old. And I just want to tell you guys that doing that prayer, that giving my life to the Lord, to Jesus Christ, was the best decision that I've ever made in my whole life. I was raised as a Christian. I was born into a family that were Christian, strong Christians actually, especially my parents. And I don't know if my mum had given me this prayer at any younger ages that I had been in. I don't know if I gave my life to Christ before that time, but I remember vaguely it was when I was 6 years old, when I was about to go to sleep, that I gave my life to Christ. It was a good decision that I had ever made. Let's just fast time zone into a few years later on. I'd been going to summer camps at this point. I'd been going to Easter camps. And I remember I had the fire. I remember I felt the presence of God so much in my life at this point. And I remember I had this desire after that camp to go read my Bible, to go pursue that relationship with God in my own life now. It wasn't just a family thing. It wasn't just a grouping thing. It was to do this and pursue this thing in my own life. I remember, I'd say within that 2 to 3 year gap range, I had learned about spreading the gospel a lot more, let's just say that. And I'd gained a passion in my heart to go out to the world and literally preach the gospel to all people. I remember I saw YouTubers doing it. I saw evangelists doing it. I saw people from church doing it. And it motivated me. It put a spark inside of me, inside of my heart, to go out to all the world and preach the gospel to all the nations. And what's quite ironic about this is I've always loved making videos. Ever since I was literally 7 years old. I started my first YouTube channel when I was about 7 years old, right? When there was all this hype on starting your own YouTube channel, all this hype on, making videos, making it as a YouTuber, making videos. And it's always been a passion of mine. I've always loved making videos for people to watch, especially on YouTube. And so I had this ambition to go out to spread the gospel on my videos. I made a whole Bible channel, which is this one. I've made an Instagram, I made a TikTok, you name it. I'm on all platforms, practically. Now, in these times of my life, I have gone through some really deadly spiritual warfare, and I've been going through some really big trials. Now, as you can see from the title, I lost everyone but God. That statement, I don't know if I can underestimate it or overestimate it, but all that I know of is that I would say this is definitely partially true. Now, this was very, very recent, and when I say very recent, this was literally under 1 week ago. It was literally a couple days ago, right? I'm in a very dry season of my life. If you don't know what dry means, for people talking to you, it means people just don't talk to you or they just trash talk you. And so I've been going for a very dry period of my life where there's people who are ignoring me, there's people who do not message me. My inbox has never been more dry with just messages. I haven't got many people to talk to me. And especially at school, I almost feel avoided in some circumstances. Not all the time, but sometimes it can feel like that. And so this made me feel really hurt, deep down. It's happened before. It's different seasons, up and down, right? And so recently I had gone for a lot more with this thing in my life. I checked Instagram that day. I didn't get any messages. My videos are not performing the best. And so I come up with this realization that I need to go out and pick up my Bible more. I'd realized that I had not picked up my Bible that much in 2 weeks. I realized that I was slacking. I'd realized that, I'd go on the Bible app, read one Bible verse, and boom, that's it for the day. Maybe make a video about God. But I realized I was not actually pursuing my Bible as much as I should have been. And so I had made this decision to go back to reading my Bible completely. I felt so alone. I just felt this darkness over me. I felt just so broken by the way people treated me. And so I picked up my mum's Bible. My mum has a very nice Bible. And I look at my Bible plan, because I'm doing a Bible plan for the year. I started in New Year's. I know I'd slacked off a little bit. I started off New Year's week. Yeah, it was around the New Year anyway. So I just did it. And so I started reading my Bible. I picked it up, went in the chapter, and not joking you, I kid you not, I read around 4 chapters in that session, literally in that day. It was around Exodus. And if you do not realize how big the Bible is, it's pretty big. 4 chapters is really big considering I had not read it much. And so when this had happened, I felt the Holy Spirit. I felt God's presence within me. I felt it in my chest. I felt it in my heart. I found it throughout my whole body. Up and down, I could just feel the Holy Spirit so powerfully. Right through me, it was just, wow, it was incredible. I felt the peace, I felt the presence. And I was actually reading my Bible in that moment, and I was like, I don't want this feeling to go. I just want to keep reading my Bible. Like, if I stop reading my Bible, I feel like I'm going to lose this feeling. Anyways, I had finished my session. I read my 4 chapters, so I shut the Bible. I tried to pray. I think I did a bit of a prayer, just talk to God about some stuff. In the secret place, that's what they call it, the secret place of just you and God. And so I still felt the presence of God. I didn't lose anything. I didn't lose any feeling. I didn't lose the presence of God at all. The presence of God was still struck on me so much. Even when I finished doing my Bible reading and prayer, I could feel the Holy Spirit so strongly in my life. And it felt like I lacked nothing. I felt so fulfilled. From the way that people treated me, I just felt so good knowing that I had the Holy Spirit with me, distracting me from the evilness of this world, the bad things that people have said to me. And the truth is, there's going to be a point of your life where you're going to be rock bottom. You're going to hit the rock. Life is going to be difficult. You're going to go through trials and tribulations. When push comes to shove, you are going to hit rock bottom. And when you hit rock bottom, you're going to realize that the rock is God. You're going to realize that the rock at the bottom, right there, you say, hey, there's nowhere else I can run to. No amount of drugs, money, sex, friends, pleasure will fulfill this void in my heart. Because only Jesus Christ can do it. Only God can. Only having a relationship with God can actually fill it. Right? So when you go to that rock, you pick up the Bible. That's what you do. You pick up the Bible, you go pursue that relationship with God, and you realize that God is actually all you need. I already knew this subconsciously. I've already knew this, but when you actually practice it more in your life, when you take the action and accept, hey, I'm down bad, I need to go just pick up my Bible and I need to just keep pursuing it. When you actually do that in your life, when you don't just say it, when you actually take the action and read it, you will see for yourself how much of a blessing it is that we are accessible to the Holy Spirit anytime. When this happens, it changes the way that you think. It changes the things that you are going to do. It changes the actions that you're about to commit, right? And it's like, if God's leading you or convicting you to do something, you're going to remove it in your life. You're going to lead. When God's going to lead you to that place, you need to go ahead and actually choose to pursue it. I find that you can lose every single person in the world. You can lose everybody. You can lose everything. But you cannot lose God. You cannot lose the most precious thing that you can hold on to. It's worth more than shekels. It's worth more than followers. It's worth more than money. It's worth more than those fake friends. It's worth more than the things that break your heart, right? And so whatever trial that you are facing, know that it is to do good. Know that it is to help you grow. It's not to punish you. It's to help you overcome a lesson, learn a lesson in a good way. Now, I don't know where it is in the Bible, you can look it up, but it says, it is better to lose the world and gain God than to lose God and gain the world and lose your soul. And so know that God's got your back. And so we need to understand that these things are temporary. The things that we hold on, the friends, the relationships, the money, it's all temporary. But the love of Jesus Christ is eternal. Right? In 100 years of time, we're going to see our family and friends perish. That's the truth. We are going to perish one day. But there's going to be one thing that stands in line, is that, did you have a relationship with Jesus? Did you spread the gospel to those people? Because you can take people into heaven. You can take pets into heaven. If they have Jesus, then they can have an eternal impact. You can make an eternal impact knowing that they will be in heaven. So I'm going to leave that with you guys. And you need to understand that God will provide for you and He will bless you richly one day. So thanks for watching this video. Sam Bible's out. Love you guys. Peace out.